Hello friends, it's Kayla. I'm so excited to not just talk about my TBR, but kick off my TBR for summer. I am just really looking forward to this season, just in general, but my reading, I just feel like I have so many exciting things to get through. And sometimes when I film, I'm crooked, when I build TBRs, it's like experiments and I'm not really interested in the books, or it's just me reading books I'm excited about. This time I've really blended the two. I have, I think, 10 reading vlogs planned for the next 3 months, and they are full of books that I'm also excited about. So I'm equally anticipating the concept as well as the reads. I don't think I'm going to tell you all 10. Channel members will probably get to know all 10 because they have a little extended version of the TBR, which they always do seasonally. But then I also don't want to spoil entire TBRs for videos, so I'll tell you like 2 to 3 books of my 5 to 10 book TBR for each video. Does that work? Also, we have to pull 3 things from the TBR jar for June, July, and August. This is again a members related thing. They give me books to read every season. I pull some and I have to read them. No choice. Wait, I feel like I'm still crooked. I don't know what is going on today. Okay, first concept I'm gonna keep to myself or with the besties, but I'll tell you some of my TBR for it because I think it's really interesting that I'm reading these 3 books for the same video concept. So this summer, I'm so excited to be reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. I don't know if I could accurately pitch this. It's like historical fantasy, set at a school, and linguistics are the focus. We've got Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn, which is about a group of assassins. They are now seniors. I don't know how old all of these women are, but they have retired, but then something's gonna bring them out of retirement. And lastly, I have episode 13, which is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I've been waiting to read it, but I wanted to slot it into a video concept, and this one, it just so happened to show up for. So I'm finally reading that by Craig DeLuey, which is a documentary crew making a paranormal investigation show. It's mixed media with texts and transcripts, and I can't wait to get to it. Video concept number 2, I will tell you about. This isn't the order these videos are going to come out in. I actually don't know even what order I'm making these or what month I'm slotting them into, but this one I'm really excited about because I did a video where I assessed all of my 5 stars and what they had in common. And throughout that video, I listed a bunch of books on my TBR that I think fit into those categories. So some of them were like books that lead up to a wedding, post-apocalyptic things. And so I just grabbed 5 books from the list that I created, and I'm gonna read those for a video. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and tell you all the ones I have planned for this one so you can tell me if they're a 5-star prediction, because technically, for me, these are 5-star predictions because they were in the 5-star assessment video. So we've got the wedding-centric book, Holly Jolly Diwali by Sonia Lawley. Another romance, Happy Place by Emily Henry, because it's fake dating. Everyone tells me this isn't gonna be 5 stars, so it's okay if it's not, but I'm excited to get to it very soon. Then we've got The Last Word by Taylor Adams, which I'm so excited to finally get to, which is about the author who like stalks her reviewer, because I love books about books and authors. Then the post-apocalyptic one, we have Black Tide by Casey Jones, which I read the first chapter of, actually a couple of these books in the video or the first chapter of everything on my TBR. And I think this one got a 9 or a 10 for its first chapter. So excited about that. And then the last one I got from the library. So I guess that means I should be doing this video sooner than later, but I could also return this and re-reserve it because I don't think there was a wait list at all. It's Una Out of Order by Margarita Montemore. And this is the one that fit for a couple of the prompts. One was, one's a play with time, and one was, what was it? Oh, books that have like organization to it. So this woman, I don't know. I think she like pops into different periods of her life and has to puzzle her life together or something, and only has a certain amount of time or tries to do it. That's that one. Video number 3 is Third Time's the Charm. Or is this video number 4? I'm gonna stop counting them now because I'm gonna get confused. And it's a Third Time's the Charm where I have read from an author 2 times before. This is my 3rd time with them. And if it gets a 5-star, that means they've solidified themselves as an all-time favorite author. So the authors that are up for that, I don't actually remember in this moment, but one of them I know is Roxane Gay. So we've got Hunger and we've got Difficult Women. This one has been on my TBR for years. This one I just bought. I feel like I'm leaning towards this one because I know everybody loves it, but maybe I'll try them both. I don't know. Oh, next up, this one should have been in the last position because it's the 5-star predictions, but it's viewer's choice. So this one, it's gonna be also books that you mentioned to me in the comments of that video where I did the 5-star assessment, books that you thought I would love because they fit into the different categories, which I think is gonna be so fun because I've put a twist on it. I don't wanna tell you any of the books or what the plan is for it, but I'm not just selecting books that I agree will be 5 stars. And I think that could be to a huge success or to my detriment. So we'll see how that goes. Next up is another video concept that's also related to the one where I read the first chapter of all the books on my TBR shelf. There was 100 of them. And I don't want to give away what the concept is or what the plan is. Also, I don't have the most solidified TBR for it. Like, I can kind of pick and choose whatever I want, but I am going to be reading a selection of books from my TBR shelf that I featured in that video. Some that I liked the first chapter, some that I didn't. Here are some of the books I think I'll be reading for that video, but this could totally change. I know I need to get to Grey Warren by Maggie Stiefvater. It's the third and final book in the Dreamers trilogy. I know I need to do it, so this is the video I'm gonna try to slip it into. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid has been on my TBR for so long, so this one's definitely gonna happen. The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, if you remember, the first chapter really did it for me, considering nothing even happened. So I just think that her writing appeals to me. This is about 2 best friends who are authors. And then Leech, I'm definitely gonna read for that video because my channel members just selected this for our Summer Besties book club. This is the one that's at an isolated chateau, and we have doctors and parasites and weird things going on. So if you want to join in the live discussion, that'll be happening in early to mid-August. If you want to join my channel membership, I would love to have you. Then another video I'm just so excited about is gonna have me reading some classics, modern classics, older classics, and it's reading your childhood favorites. So over the years, I posted so many videos to my childhood reread series. It's over now. I've reread them all, and you have left so many comments of what your favorites have been. So I have a list of 10 for sure I want to read. So maybe I'll do 5 this summer and 5 in the winter or 5 next year. I don't know. This could be a series that goes on forever and ever. And alongside it, we're also going to be doing, well, I'm going to be watching some movies and my channel members are going to watch one with me. That's going to be The Princess Diaries this summer. I've never seen it. And then one of the books I'm going to be reading is The Princess Bride, which I also have never seen the movie, so I'm going to have to watch this, but I'll be reading it first. I don't know what this is about. I mean, there's a princess bride. That's all I need to know. Let me give you one more. The Little Prince, because I've talked about the fact that I'm going to read this year and get to scratch it off my, what is that called? Scratch off book, map, poster, list that's by my computer. I have a couple things by the end of the year I'm going to get to scratch off. And the last video I definitely want to let you know about, because it can be kind of an unofficial buddy read if you want it to be, is I posted this video recently where I read a mystery book set in my hometown and I tried to solve the mystery before the book ended. I told my channel members about that beforehand and they got to buddy read the first one with me before the video came out. And I thought it'd be fun to just like let everybody know that I'm going to be doing the second book in summer sometime, probably August or July, I want to say. The second one is called Bones in the Begonias. So if you want to read it before you watch it, so all the spoilers don't matter to you, here is your heads up that that's happening. But this is a mystery series where there's a woman who moves to Kelowna and she takes over her grandmother's old falling apart house, and she loves gardening, and all of these deaths keep happening around her, and she is inserting herself into the investigations. I don't know what happens in the second one. I don't know if it's going to make for a very interesting video. I know that the first one didn't get like a ton of interest, but the people who did watch it and were interested had a lot of really lovely feedback. I got just like so much more enthusiastic of a response than I expected. I know cozy mysteries are more of a niche audience, especially ones that are lesser known, and just because it's set near me is why I'm doing it. So if you want to join in, that's happening. Oh, also, I guess I should talk about Summerween really quickly because this isn't video specific, but it's a week-long readathon happening at the beginning of July, and I do have a little TBR. I don't know for sure when I'm going to be reading for it, but I have A Sliver of Darkness, which is a short story collection from CJ Tudor that I've been wanting to read. I always like having a short story collection in a readathon. I also recently picked up Peachy by Camry Kohler, which is a vampire-y story, so I feel like I'll probably read that. I also have some books like The Haunting of Alejandra by V. Castro and House of Cotton that people have told me aren't the best options for the book club because they're not as thrillery or horror adjacent, but they are like darker, haunting type stories that fit with the theme of Summerween, which is just like bringing Halloween into the summertime. Speaking of Summerween and like summer thrillers, I have some on my radar that I definitely want to pick up, if not for the readathon, just in summer. So new releases, I think I forgot to mention new releases in my spring TBR. So I can't forget, I have already pre-ordered a good amount of these. So we've got Housewoman by Adora Nwora. That one comes out. I've talked about all of these in my most anticipated or like upcoming releases that sound cool series. And I feel like this video is also getting really long, so I don't want to get into all of these. 0 Days by Ruth Ware, I'm really going back and forth if I even want, but I have pre-ordered, so we'll see the reviews that have been coming in. I don't know. We've got Only One Left, obviously, by Riley Sager. This one called Dead 11 by Jimmy Giuliano, which I don't know that I've talked about, but it sounds like just up my alley. It's set on an island. Everyone is stuck in like a single day, and it's also set in 1995, so it just sounds like a really fun thriller horror, and also the cover is just way too fun. A short story collection from Paul Tremblay is coming out called The Beast You Are. I feel like this comes out after Summerween, but it really would have been a good one for reading orange on the cover, which I think is one of the prompts. Then Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing comes out this summer. Very excited to read that. You can probably expect that to be the Literally Dead Book Club pick for August, probably. Then Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas comes out this summer, so I'm also planning on reading that. I want to have a vampire-y summer. I also have another vampire book on my TBR. I think it's called Sucker, so I have also ordered that one. So these ones, here's the thing about Summerween, I'm gonna be out of town for 5 of the 7 days of it on 2 separate trips. So I don't really know how I'm gonna organize filming for that yet, but if it's cool with you, I think I will do a video like I did last year where I read the first chapter of a bunch of the things I'm considering, because at this point I have like 10 to 12 things to choose from. I want to have a horror, a thriller, a cozy mystery, a short story collection, but I also need to like whittle down my TBR. So I think on the first day I'll post like a decision making video that I've filmed like ahead of time, and then I'll film the first like 1 to 2 days together. I will probably skip day 3 because it's like a travel day, and then maybe 4 and 5 together, and then I'm home for day 6 and 7. I think I can make it work. So that's what I'm thinking. I feel like I've gone through just about everything. The last thing is just to mention the upcoming Literally Dead Book Club reads, because for summer there's 3. In June, we're reading The Devotion of Suspect X by Kigo Higashino. This is a Japanese thriller. And then in July, we're reading The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which is the one in the 80s, well, partially in the 80s, where there's a woman who's a caretaker for this older woman who has potentially murdered her entire family. And then for August, I haven't made the official announcement, so you can expect an official announcement in like mid-July announcing August, September, and October. And with all of that done, we can finally hit the members TBR jar. Every member has an equal opportunity to recommend me one book. I put it in here. We're gonna pull 3. Okay, we got an orange one. That means it's an old one from years ago. Not years ago. Hold on. Oh, I thought it said booked and busy. It says Books and Elephants. I just looked at your list and it says you've never read Animal Farm by George Orwell. That's such a great point, because I agree. It was so weird that my Goodreads said that I hadn't read Animal Farm, but I recently reread it and talked about how it was a favorite from I think like 9th grade. So I reread it for the childhood series. Big mistake on my part. Thank you for the recommendation. Absolutely fantastic recommendation. Okay. Let's actually pull one. I want to get purple just because they're the newest ones. And I'm not going to cheat and look. Oh, I have so many in my hand. Okay, another orange. Do You Dream of Terra 2 by Temi O. Okay, I do have this on my, not physical TBR, but like Goodreads TBR. I've heard of it. I know the cover. This author actually has something coming out this year that I put on my most anticipated, which doesn't make any sense because I've never read from them. So how fantastic that I get to read from Temi O in this capacity before that one. Great, that's number 1. Oh, thank you so much, Stefanidi. I appreciate you a lot. Number 2. Whoops. Okay. We've got a green, and it's it's blank. How does this happen to me? I mean, It does, like here's the thing, I'm cutting the strips, and I'm cutting so many strips, and I don't want to accidentally read any of the submissions. So sometimes I'm not paying attention, and then I fold them up all so nicely and I put them in here and there's nothing on them. That's the first time that's happened. Look at all the purple on the top. Okay, we got a red. Oh, this is a long comment from Brianna. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I knew this would show up one of these days. It was either this or Red Rising, because I know I talked about it like in a live and then in a video, these books being something that I feel like I'm supposed to read, but I just haven't. Oh, what are the odds that I have gotten 2 sci-fis? Interesting. I actually own Skyward. Let me grab it. Let me find it, rather. I can't find it. Oh my God, look what a terrible job I did of taking off the sticker. That is embarrassing. This is long, 500 pages. Is it YA sci-fi? It takes place at flight school. Wish me luck with that one. Oh gosh. I got a purple. I had a purple. Better be a good one. Okay, this is from Lore. Lore reads, "You read The Wedding Crasher, so you should also read The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa." Oh man, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. And I've been thinking about this book so much because I do feel like since I've read the second book, it kind of has spoiled it for me. Like, what is there to really enjoy? I already know they're going to be together, but it's like I've been rethinking it because it's a romance, so you know that they're going to be together. So I really appreciate this suggestion. Did I show you the other ones? Here's all 3. I've heard of all of them, which is fun. One of them I already owned, and the other 2 are ones that I am like aware of and I'm totally down to read. This is the perfect case scenario for the TBR jar. Nothing messy, nothing too crazy, which is perfect because as you can see, I have a humongous summer TBR and a lot of ambitious videos to get to. So these should be like fun, interesting reads rather than ones that I'm like, oh my God, must I read this book I've never heard of or have no interest in? We're getting pretty lucky with this members TBR jar. Not that everything's been a win, but it's been fun. So that's it for my summer reading plans. Let me know anything you think. What order you think I should post these videos, which ones intrigue you more, any thoughts and feelings that you have, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.